Just when you thought that the world of anti-vegan nonsense was nonsensical enough, the EU Agricultural Committee has actually approved proposals for a ban on names like burgers and sausages for plant-based products. If the EU Parliament actually votes for this proposal this month, then it means that plant-based burgers, sausages, nuggets, steaks, everything like that, they're going to have to rebrand their products. So instead of calling a vegan Greg's sausage roll a sausage roll, it'll have to be known as a tube roll. And instead of calling a veggie burger, brands are going to have to rename their burgers as discs or some other creative name that's not a burger or a sausage. Like, what the actual f***? The protected designations would include steak, sausage, escalope, burger and hamburger under a revised regulation that passed with 80% approval. The measures will now be voted on by the full Parliament after May's European elections, before being put to member states and the European Commission. Now, I know that the UK isn't going to be a member state for very much longer, but after Brexit, I mean, if this legislation is passed, the UK is probably going to follow suit as well. And let's not forget that a lot of products from the EU actually are imported into the UK as well, especially from Germany. Now, the French socialist MEP Eric Andre, responsible for the overseeing of the legislation, said the prohibition was just common sense. Common sense, boys and girls. He appealed to the Europeans' sense of foodie history. Foodie history, huh? Appeal to foodie history. This is a justification for solving what is a non-existent problem. Yeah, so appeal to history because things were so much better way back when we were eating what? Steaks and pork sausages? I mean, if you're basically appealing to antiquity, you're basically saying that the past was better in some way. How is it better? I don't know. We felt that steak should be kept for the real steak with meat and come up with a new moniker for all these new products. There is a lot to be done in this front. A lot of creativity will be needed, Andrea had said, and as published in The Guardian back in April this year. So basically this is just a feels argument. Plant-based companies have to now be even more creative than they actually already are, with cutting-edge food technologies where they're able to fashion a plant-based burger which tastes exactly the same as the real thing and has the same texture and it even bleeds like a real beef burger. As if that's not creative enough, no, they have to fashion a different name because some politicians feel like it. And this is coming at a very pivotal time. It's a time where plant-based companies are actually making waves on the stock market, particularly in the case of Beyond Meat, where their shares have actually increased by as much as 16% recently. It's gonna be shaking up the meat lobbyists a bit, I would have thought. But no, the MEP does reassure us. He says that the meat lobby is not involved in this. It has generated a considerable debate among the political groups and a large majority wanted to clarify things, particularly in the light of history. The history that we share. You can have a steak or a burger. You can't call it something else. I'd like to know in light of what history exactly. Is it the history of the Holocaust industries? Clinging on to words like burger and sausage, just like a desperate SJW clinging on to their identity, all because of feels-based reasons? Well, I feel like eating a burger, but I don't want dead animals inside of it, so I want a veggie burger. I feel like it, that's my argument, that's my reason, so that's good enough. The difference is that I don't support Holocaust industry, and you do quite clearly. I would suggest that if you're supporting a Holocaust industry, then your feelings aren't really relevant. I feel like the history of the sausage is so important to the consumer that it must consist of pig's intestines. Again, I said this in my last anti-vegan nonsense video. What about restaurants and fast food outlets where consumers actually have to go in and order things from a menu and it is confirmed by the staff member what it is that they are ordering? Now, when the consumer goes into that fast food joint, are they thinking to themselves, damn, what about the history of the meat industry? Am I doing a disservice to my people? No, they're not doing that. Is the consumer being coerced into buying something unintentionally because of the use of the words vegan sausage roll? No, they're not. Like, if you order the wrong thing, then that's your fault. You didn't say the right thing. But if you state the right thing and you're given the wrong thing, then you get your money back Or they give you what you intended to buy. Now let's just take it one step further. Buying food online. Not very historical yet, I know. Oh, it's pushing the boundaries, isn't it? It's nonsensical. But now, in this situation, the consumer has to actually read words on the screen. And then instead of stating verbally what they want to buy, they actually have to type and click buttons. People need to know what they are eating. So people that want to eat less meat know what they are eating. People know what is on their plates. But of course, you know, the consumer is too stupid to distinguish the difference between a beef burger and a veggie burger. Oh, even with the internet these days, people, you know, people just don't know the difference between foods. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. The clue is in the actual name, you moron. Veggie burger. AKA a vegetable-based patty. AKA a burger made from vegetables. Like, where is the evidence to say that consumers are actually buying the products that they didn't intend to buy because of the name? Where is the data on that? I don't think there is any. I don't think there is any evidence to back up this claim. This is just basically a fields-based argument perpetuated by SJW-type MEPs that are so triggered by veganism that they have to come up with irrelevant, fallacious bits of legislation to solve problems that don't actually exist. It's a veggie burger, man. And here's another thing. Tell me why peanut butter should keep its name, but the veggie burger shouldn't? Is it because of history? Because listen, we are living in an era where more people than ever are actually trying to reduce their meat consumption, and more people than ever are actually going vegan as well. And the UN are actually urging more people towards a plant-based diet in order to sustain habitats, to curb climate change and prevent food shortages. So really, the meat industry does belong in the past. The meat industry should be history by now, and we should be enticing people towards the plant-based alternatives. So I'm sorry, but Greg's tube rolls and the Beyond Meat disc, no, that's not gonna fly. People are used to the words sausages and bacon and burgers. This is what we've grown up with. And if you're looking to take ownership of words, I would ask you, MEP Eric Andre, what's your argument for that? Do you have an actual argument as to why this piece of legislation is necessary? Debate me, bro. Yes, I can wreck a carnist politician, and I can eat my vegan bacon too. What is actually wrong with calling a veggie burger a veggie burger? And since the burden of proof is actually on him to answer this question because he is the one making the claim that consumers need to know what is on their plates, even though the clue is in the description, the name of the product, I would like him to present his statistically significant evidence that consumers are actually buying products unintentionally because of the name veggie burger. More so than picking up the wrong shower gel or the wrong shampoo. You picked up the one for dry hair as opposed to oily hair because you didn't fucking read the label properly. If you missed my last anti-vegan nonsense video, you can watch it here, where I respond to the Australian seafood industry exec getting all triggered by vegan tuna. And this brand is actually known as Tuno, and I thought it was only available in Australia, but it turns out it's coming to the UK. So I'm very excited to try the brand Tuno. You can go check that video out. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.